What's up? I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm willing to talk about how to effectively teach children, especially when it comes to music. Or you can call it just my observation of how students can be taught. So, coming to the topic, 3 ways to effectively teach children. First is show rather than tell. All right. So children learn better when you pronounce the words. For example, the solfege. So let's say do re mi fa sol la ti do. The other day when I was assisting the other teacher when he was conducting the class, what I understood is instead of telling them like do re mi fa sol la ti do, then when you have to come back, it takes time to process. So like do re mi fa sol la ti do la so fa mi re do. Okay, do re mi fa sol la ti do ti lo. It's difficult for me to get it. So supposedly if I have to come back do ti la sofa, it means like a couch, like sofa, right? So that can be one cue where you understand, okay, this is where so there are two parts. So fa mi re do, right? Do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la so fa mi do ti la, right? Do ti la, one part, so fa mi re do. So that was my observation that I could understand. This way children can learn if they have an imaginative mind. Second one, make them do a certain exercise with tempo and in continuous pattern and keep it simple, right? So supposedly if I'm trying to play something of this sort, right? So supposedly if I'm trying to play this, right? If I'm trying to teach them, what I will do is I'll just go with like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then tell them 1, 2, 3, 4. I won't go to the other chord, which is like F, then D, G. Then I would go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Back to 1. Why? Because once they achieve this, they feel like, okay, we are doing better, and they have that encouragement that we can now do it, we can now get along with music and start learning properly. That builds their interest, and also it helps them to stay encouraged and practice. Many of the times I have asked students like, why don't you practice? The most common thing is, sir, we can't do this, so we leave it. That's the most common thing that I have heard. I remember when I used to when I taught children in my first year, like supposedly I'm teaching them smoke on the water, like da 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 da. They still remember it because I took time to teach them. But in my second year, what happened was I had other students who were who joined, who are like new admissions to the guitar course. So I had to pay attention to them, and in the process, what I understood is the ones who learnt it a year before are doing well and they are coping up, but the other ones who could not learn then are not being able to learn even now. They just learned one thing. So what I see is, if you teach children one thing properly, like at least for a month, they'll remember it for the rest of their lives, no matter what. Then third thing is, try not to explain a lot. They want to stick to the topic as much as possible. While teaching, there must be relativity, and they must find connection between the topics, right? If there's no progression, they won't practice and participate. We as teachers have more knowledge than them, so it's all the more important to filter out the words. So supposedly if you're trying to explain the scale, the diatonic scale to them, what happens is you will try to explain, okay, this is whole step, so then intervals. Why not just teach them like C, then D, then E, then F, then G, then A, then B? They will at least remember that much. Later on, when they are being able to analyze things, they can go in depth and start understanding why the D comes instead of like D flat. What is the difference between major, minor, how chords are being made. Because when I was teaching, I understood it consumes way more than it should. Like it becomes a lot more time consuming, and it delays the process of them learning, because their attention span has become this much now. Like what I understood with social media and all the scrolling and stuff, their attention span is like very less. Now in relation to this topic, what I personally do is I started consuming long format videos, right? And I started watching more movies instead of just scrolling through the internet, because the 3 hours that I spend at a stretch, or like say 2 hours at a stretch that I spend, then I am fulfilled, and my want to be in front of a screen reduces. So instead of taking like 20 minutes, because 20 minutes is a long time, and while scrolling you don't know how 20 minutes go by. So instead, watch a movie and read books, because you have to be in touch with technology, right? Watch longer form of content, like videos on YouTube which are longer, let's say 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Because I was watching Sam Sulek's video, and I could watch it all throughout. When I was consuming a lot of short form content, I could not consume the entire thing. I could not watch the entire thing, because then my attention went somewhere else. So that's some of the practices that I do. But coming back to the topic, I think to teach children, you have to learn how they are learning, right? You have to see how they understand. You cannot force lessons onto students who are not able to understand the ABCs, right? So yeah, I think those are the few things that I wanted to talk about. And yeah, see you in the next video. Like, share and subscribe, comment, and yeah, help this channel grow. Thank you.